We will create the following 3D model using Catia V5. As you can see right here, I have what could be a cube with these dimensions. I have a hole at the exact middle in this direction, and right here I have another hole with this shape along this direction. Right? This engineering drawing is what we are going to take into account for us to create the 3D model. This was made by Luis Miguel Huerfano Garzón. And the first thing that we have to check is the information within the views, right? Right here I can see that the view that contains the most information possible is this one, so I'm gonna start creating the 3D model using this sketch, right? The second thing that I have to check or to take into account is the unit system that the dimensions are using. In this case, I cannot find any information next to the dimension, then I'm gonna look it around within the engineering drawer. There is usually a box right here that contains not only the unit system but also the material, the name of the part, the person who did this engineering draw, the person who checked it. But since I cannot find information about anything right here, I can assume, and this is a rule, that these are millimeters, right? So I'm gonna start by clicking on Start, Mechanical Design, Power Design. This is going to be our tutorial 15, maybe 15, 14. I truly do not remember. Tutorial. We're going to call it 15 since I don't remember. I think that's the 15th tutorial within the channel. And as I just said, I'm going to start with this view, alright? So I'm going to create a sketch using the sketch option. I'm going to select the front plane, in this case the YZ plane. Then the first thing that I want to do is to create the rectangle. So I'm going to click on this option because this rectangle I want to be generated with respect of the center. So this is the correct option, centered rectangle. Then I'm going to define it using this tool. I do not care about the dimensions yet. I just care that these dimensions looks like the one, this profile looks like the one we need, right? Okay, everything is defined. I do not want to do this hole, this hole right here yet. We're going to do that later, right? The first thing that I want to do is to this part and with the respective dimension for the extrusion. All right, then I'm going to change the values right here using this option, Edit Multi-Constraint. Right here I have that this measure is equal to 50. Okay, this is asking me for the radius, right? So the radius is not 50, the diameter is 50, the radius would be 25. The length of this dimension is equal to 80. And there is something that I should say right here. As you can see, it is showing me in cyan the dimensions that I've changed, in orange the dimensions that I'm currently changing, and in green the dimensions that I've not changed yet, right? So this is 80, this is equal to 100, and that would be all. Then I'm getting out of the sketch using this option, Exit Workbench, and then I'm going to extrude it. I'm gonna use the path definition option, select sketch, and then use 44 millimeters. All right, then what's left is to create the hole that goes right here. So I'm gonna click on a sketch and then I'm going to select the face. All right, I'm gonna call, using this option, the project 3D elements, I'm gonna call lines within the sketch that I'm currently doing. So for example, I want to call all the lines that I just did, so okay, and then Control C for me to select all the lines that I've selected previously, but I want that these lines are meant for construction purposes, so I'm gonna click on right here, and then I'm going to create one profile, but deselecting this tool, right, because I want that these lines to be shown. I want these lines to be shown. Then I'm going to create once again the dimensions, the profile that we need. Here, right here, and right here. Okay, I think that made a mistake there. As you can see, I did not click touching the point, so I'm gonna search by solving that mistake. Click right here using the constrict option, then I'm going to select these 2 points, right click and coincidence. Right here I can see that this dimension is needed and this dimension is needed as well. Also, I can see that these lines, this is one same line, so I'm gonna say that these 2 lines have to be parallel, that's right, and there has to be a coincidence between these 2. So I'm gonna create a line for construction purposes, touching this line and this line. Alright, and then I'm going to say that this line has to be parallel with respect of this one. Parallelism. Right, everything looks good. Then I'm gonna need this part of the circle, so I'm gonna click right here for it to be shown. And I'm gonna use the quick trim option. So right here I have this tool, I think, right here, quick trim. Double click and I'm gonna select this part of the circle. As you can see, this part of the circle was changed to a construction line, and this part is actually shown, and that is what I need. Then I'm going to change these 2 values. This is equal to 36 and this is equal to 80. Right, everything looks nice. There is one way in which I can check that the profile or the sketch is correctly defined. So tools, sketch analysis, and as you can see, everything is closed. Right, remember that when you are using Catia V5 you cannot have crossed lines within the sketch, right? Then I'm going to create a pocket definition with respect of this measure. So all I have to do is to click on pocket definition on the pocket definition tool, and then I'm going to change that value for 20, enter, and that would be all, guys. This is how you could create this 3D model using Catia V5.